What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. In this one, I am going to be giving you the exact workout routine that I myself use to go from fat to fit. As you can see, this photo of me on the left where I have a lot of excess body fat to this photo of me on the right with a lot more muscle and a much lower body fat percentage. The truth is, it wasn't a single workout plan that I used in order to create this transformation. In fact, my workouts have changed dramatically as the years have gone on, and I've made a lot of really good progress running different workout routines, different workout splits. Now, if you are somebody that is committed to physical transformation, you have to understand that it is going to take a very long time. And that means that your life is probably going to change and look very different throughout the years. It's important to have a workout routine that targets your specific weak points, yes, but also correlates to your specific goals and allows you to make an optimal amount of progress given your life situation, your occupation, and your other external circumstances, all right? So let's get into the first workout program that I ever used, which was push-pull legs. This is the most common split that newbies use when they get into the gym. And we can take a look at exactly what this routine looked like. It consisted of 6 different days that had a very similar structure. Day 1 was chest, shoulders, and triceps, which is labeled as a push day, while day 2 was back and biceps, which was labeled as a pull day, and day 3 was designed to target the legs. All right, now with every single one of these days, I had specific exercises that correlated to training the body parts that I was supposed to hit that day, and as you can see, there was around 2 to 3 sets per exercise, and if you want to, you can go ahead and screenshot the exact exercises that I used to use back when I originally first started hitting the gym. I would use a rep range of 8 to 10 on most exercises, sometimes up to 10 to 12 and even 12 to 15, depending on the fatigue that you might accumulate from that specific exercise. And I would also rest about 2 to 2.5 minutes between every single set to make sure that I recovered as much as possible before my next set so that I could train to failure, which is one of the biggest key takeaways that you need to keep in mind when I am showing you guys these workout routines. Every single one of these sets represents a set taken all the way to failure. Now, since you are training push, you are training pull, and you are training legs, you don't really need a warm-up set before every single exercise after the first exercise has been completed. Usually, since most pressing movements involve your triceps and your shoulders and your chest, your shoulders, and your triceps are warmed up by that first exercise in the day, which is going to be that flat barbell bench press. On day 2, you start out with heavy pull-ups. And obviously, I would do warm-ups leading into that first exercise, doing lighter pull-downs or something like that. But once you are warmed up in those areas, you don't really need warm-up sets before you get into the working sets where you are training to failure. All right, so keep in mind, every single one of these sets represents a set taken almost all the way, if not all the way to failure, and I was always shooting to fail within this given rep range that you see here. Now, what ended up happening is my life started to get busy. So as my life got busier, I started to work more, and I also started to crave a change. When you've been training the same way for a really long period of time, you might find yourself thinking, I just want to spice things up a little bit. And don't be scared to spice things up a little bit, because like I said at the beginning of the video, I have made optimal progress. I have made very good consistent progress doing different workout splits. And so what I ended up doing, since my life was getting a little bit busier, is I ended up doing full body training. Now, one thing that you want to keep in mind with full body training is that since there are a lot of different exercises that you're doing that target every single muscle in the body. So I started running a full body program when I was training 4 to 5 days a week because I was working a very, very active construction job. Full body training is a lot of fun. A lot of people never try it out because they're addicted to normal split routine workouts. I seriously recommend that people try this because it is a very, very enjoyable way to work out. Now, one thing that I also want to get across when it comes to these workout routines is that I am only showing you one iteration through, but my push-pull legs routine would actually consist of 6 whole days that I would do. I would do push-pull legs, and then I would rest, and then I would do push-pull legs. And the second iteration of that push-pull legs would consist of a lot of different exercises that were not included in the first iteration of the program. So it's important to try to include different exercises in to figure out what you like, but also just to allow yourself to progressive overload different exercises throughout the week as you continue to make progress. And I did the exact same thing for my full body training. Once again, if you guys want to take screenshots, you can feel free to go ahead and do that. But this is how I executed my full body days. I had a chest focused full body session. I had a back focused full body session, a leg focused full body session, and a shoulder and arm focused full body session. This program is going to be much, much better for the guys out there that are super busy, that can only train 1, 2, 3, and maybe even 4 days per week. What I would do is rotate through muscle groups and pick one main exercise at the beginning of every single day that targeted the focus muscle of that specific workout. So on my chest focus day, as you can see, it started off with barbell bench. On day number 2, it was a back focus day. I would start out with lat pull downs. On day number 3, it was a leg focus day. I would start out with barbell squats. On day number 4, the shoulder and arm focus day, it would start out with seated overhead press. Now, as I would get into the sets, as you can see, there's about 2 to 3 sets for every single exercise. And once again, these are working sets. But since the body parts are switching off with every single exercise, I would seriously recommend doing a warm-up set before you get into the working set weight, in order to properly warm up that muscle or warm up the joints involved so that you can execute it with solid intensity, all right? I would shoot to fail within the given rep range that you see here. And once again, I would take anywhere from 2 to 4 minutes rest. For the exercises that are a lot more fatiguing, I would go further than 2.5 minutes rest on things like barbell squats in order to make sure that I was fully recovered so that I could train to failure on the next set. So that is an example of what my full body training, and once again, just like with the push-pull legs, I would have a full second iteration that would include other exercises that I would be progressively overloading on. So I would switch back and forth between the first 4 days and the second 4 days, back and forth, to allow me to get that novelty, but then also practice those other exercises. Then, when I started taking bodybuilding a lot more seriously, what I realized was, wow, I have 2 really lagging body parts. It's my shoulders and it's my back. And so what I did is I developed this workout routine to specifically target the main things that I needed to focus on. This is exactly how a workout program should be designed for someone. And this is exactly how I go about building workout programs for my clients. I use the split to emphasize the muscles that seem to be genetically lagging on their frame, while not focusing quite as much on the muscles that seem to be a little bit more genetically blessed. So this specific routine, like I said, was designed to target my back and to target my shoulders. So I would have a chest and shoulder day that would consist of about 6 different exercises. And then I would have one day solely focused on my back. I would only train my back that day. And then I would either take a rest or I would move into the next day of the split, which was shoulders and arms. So as you can see, I'm getting a lot of frequency with the shoulders and I'm getting a full day to focus just on my back. And then I would move into a leg day. after which I would either take a rest or just restart the program or a new iteration of the program if I was feeling really, really good. This is how you should go about developing your workout program. Pick exercises that not only you enjoy, but exercises that are going to allow you to expend a lot of energy on these specific body parts that you really, really need to grow. I personally have tried out other splits that I just really didn't like. For example, I did not enjoy the bro split, where you train chest, you train back, you train arms, you train shoulders, and you train legs. One body part every single day. I did not like that very much. I did not find that very entertaining. I also have tried the Arnold split, where you train back and chest on the same day, and then you train shoulders and arms, and then you train legs. I hated training my chest and my back on the same day because my back is a huge lagging body part. But when I was training my chest, it was so fatiguing, and I was trying so hard and I was focusing on training my chest so much that when I went over to train my back, I felt exhausted. I felt like I wasn't able to give it my full effort. So once again, it's very important that you choose a routine that not only fits with your lifestyle and the things that you have going on, but you also choose a routine that is going to really target the muscle groups that you are trying to prioritize. Hopefully you guys found this video helpful. If you guys are interested in joining my one-on-one coaching, my group of 100 men that I help lock in on life with their fitness, with their faith, with their training, with their nutrition, with all of that type of stuff, make sure to check out the link down below as well as the pinned comment in the comment section if you're interested in applying. But other than that, make sure you drop a like on the video, and I will see you guys all in the next one. Peace.